A beautiful September morning in Oxford, Mississippi. Folks got an early start in the Grove ahead of this one between number 23 Cal and Ole Miss. The Rebels hosting a Pac-12 team for the first time in history. Hi again, everybody. Welcome inside Vaught Hemingway Stadium alongside Ryan Leaf, Taylor Davis down on the sidelines. I'm Clay Matvick. It's great to have you with us this morning. Justin Wilcox, head coach at Cal, has the Bears 3-0 for the third straight year. Tough challenge today coming into SEC country at what amounts to a 9 a.m. Pacific time kick.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about this particular time for Pac-12 teams. They don't care. They say, just tell us when to play, when to show up. We'll be there. They're ready. They prepared. Early guys, early wake-ups this week. They practiced early in the spring, knowing this was going to be a possibility. They did this 2 years ago at North Carolina and won.
Well, the Bears averaging just 22 points per game in the early season. That's why right now they're relying on a very strong defense.
Yeah, this is the identity of Justin Wilcox, and it's that defense led by Evan Weaver and Ashton Davis. They are as good as you can imagine back there. Old school linebacker in the form of number 89, Evan Weaver. He controls what they do on the defensive side of the football. He gets everybody emotional, gets them ready. He's confident as anything. Ashton Davis on the back end. Probably the best defensive backfield in the country from top to bottom. He's the guy that's going to stir the drink back there and make some calls. Big reason for Cal in that defense.
And the Ole Miss Rebels, they lost their opener to Memphis, just 173 yards of offense in that game. The offense has been a lot better the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Scotty Phillips, Matt Corral, the reason why they've been better. They handed it off to Scotty Phillips more than any other running back in the country. Matt Corral has only turned the ball over once through the air. They're going to expect the exact same thing today against a very tough Cal defense. Big
year for Matt Luke in his third season, and it's the first year he's coaching without a bowl ban and his full complement of scholarships.
Yeah, this football team has been looking for this. There's not an excuse. What comes with that is a lot of expectation as well.
The weather is not oppressively hot today, so that's good for Cal. Some people were thinking that would be another disadvantage for the Bears. Cal won the toss, elected to defer, so we're going to see Ole Miss on the field offensively first. And Matt Corral, the redshirt freshman from Ventura, California. He is the only scholarship player from the state of California on this Ole Miss roster. High school All-American. Played in 4 games last year as the backup to Jordan Teamu without burning his red shirt, and he's the guy this year.
Yeah, this quarterback room is full of only freshmen, Clay, right? A redshirt freshman and Matt Corral to start, and 2 other true freshmen. He needs to play well. He needs to play within himself, but make quick, fast decisions in this Rich Rod offense.
From the 25, Ole Miss going to work, and they're going to try and throw. At least Corral looked like he was going to throw, and then he steps ahead for a couple of yards.
And guess who's there?
And that's Evan Weaver.
He's got stickum on his hands, right? We watched that all week long. Anything he touches, he brings to the ground.
On second down and 8, they're going to swing it out to the far side. It's a good catch and run for Scotty Phillips. 71 rushing attempts through the first 3 weeks, but his first touch today is a reception and a first down.
Yeah, utilizing him in any manner they can outside on the perimeter. Missed tackle by Travion Beck allows him to get up the field for a first down.
And now Corral sprints out, throws on the run, hits Jonathan Mingo. Great catch. And the good-looking true freshman gets it into Cal territory for the first time.
Jonathan Mingo is making like he's blocking here, right? And allows for Corral to throw, which is essentially a triple option play. And this is just the third option in the play. He gets behind the defense.
Now here's Phillips, who's coming off back-to-back 100-yard games. Brought down by Travion Beck. This Cal defense under coordinator Tim DeRuyter, former Fresno State head coach. On its heels a little bit here early on the first series for Ole Miss. On the run, and Corral was running for his life, and he throws it incomplete. Elijah Moore, the closest receiver.
You know, the more film we watch this week of Corral, wearing that number 2 kind of reminded me a little bit of Johnny Manziel, especially with the different arm angles and awkward throwing positions he does make. And the coaches talked about it. They said he made some throws in practice that they can't believe.
And Rich Rodriguez describes him as a work in progress, but he's got a high ceiling. 3rd down. They need the 23-yard line for a first down, and it's not going to come here. There's Beckett. Luke Beckett, the best defensive lineman, wreaking havoc up front, and it's 4th down. So Luke Logan will come out to attempt the field goal. Junior from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, 4 for 6 on the year. He has hit everything from inside 35 this year, but this is a 46-yard attempt. This would be a career long. And no good. So Ole Miss comes up empty on the opening drive.
I'll tell you what, this defense, even though they gave up a bunch of yards on that first drive, getting away with no points there. There are a symbol of this football team. Bend, and don't break allows for the offense to try to make something happen and keep them in football games. A lot of injuries on that defensive linebacker position. They're going to play a lot of nickel. Travion Beck, you're going to see a ton of on that defensive side of the football.
Yeah, and for more on those injuries, let's go down to Taylor Davis.
Yeah, guys, some definitely unfortunate news for this Cal defense. They could be without 4 linebackers today. Chinedu Udogu did not make the trip. Ben Hawk-Schreider is ruled out, and Cameron Good and Tevin Paul are considered questionable. Both of these guys did warm up before the game, but coaches tell me they're just banged up. It might not be the best for them to go, and that's a lot of experience on this field as well. Could certainly make an impact.
Yeah, defense brought 10 starters back, but it's nicked up right now.
Yeah, it is. Hey, we talked to Coach yesterday. He just simply said, "Hey, we're gonna scheme it, and we're gonna do what we have to. We have the leaders in place."
So after the Marcel Dancy gain of a couple of yards, they're going to throw for the first time to Keikoa Crawford. The transfer from Michigan picks up the first down of the day for Cal. As we look at Chase Garbers, the sophomore out of Newport Beach. And the stats don't jump off the page, but he is 9-4 as Cal's starter going back to last year.
What he's done in practice has just
Crawford with another catch to the 40-yard line. And quickly, Cal is moving the ball. This is what offensive coordinator Bull Baldwin wants to see from Garbers.
Yeah, he does. He puts this ball right on the money. Crawford goes up and extends himself and makes a great catch, getting the first down.
Moving with tempo after that 17-yard gain. It's Marcel Dancy, who's been a nice compliment to Christopher Brown, the #1 running back for the Bears. It's a gain of 3. And you see Garber's numbers. Not a dynamic passer. He only completed 9 passes last week. Coach is saying, you know, he needs to play like he practices. He's already hit on his first 3 attempts. And now here's Remigio getting involved in the offense. Nico Remigio, the sophomore receiver. And they'll move the chains again.
Yeah, offensively, doing what he's doing, taking what they give him, just like that. That's what we've been wanting to see out of Chase Garbers all season long. If he continues to make plays like that and just hits the open receiver, this offense will move up and down the football field.
From the 22, Garbers from a clean pocket, throwing toward the end zone, and he overshot his receiver. Remigio had his man beat by a step, but it's incomplete.
I don't necessarily mind him taking a shot like that, especially when you're one-on-one, but you had the guy underneath coming into the end zone that may have been not in the end zone, but more down the football field, that may have been a better option. I'm not going to ever fault somebody for taking one-on-one shots down the football field.
This offense ranked at the bottom of the Pac-12 last year, Ryan. The results have been mixed this season, but so far today, it's definitely moving with some momentum. 2nd down and 10. They're going to give it to Christopher Brown for the first time, bruising running back. And he'll go ahead for a couple. The 2nd leading rusher in the Pac-12 at 108 yards per game.
Yeah, it was a question mark going into this season, how they were going to replace Patrick Laird. Christopher Brown shows up in week 1 against UC Davis, runs almost for 200 yards. He's been the answer at running back for this football team.
This is the first third down that Cal is facing on this drive, and here comes the crowd trying to get behind this Ole Miss defense. 8th play of the series. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Garbers moves out of the pocket, throws on the run, and it is caught at the 10-yard line. Christopher Brown coming back for the catch. First down, Cal.
When you line up in 5 wide, especially with the running back in play, he becomes a receiver for you, and he does a great job of coming back down his stem. Chase Garber's getting outside, putting the ball on the money for a big first down. They've been bad, Clay, on 3rd down this year. 118th out of 130 teams. Big conversion there. It gets them into the red zone.
You can see Garber's ability out of the pocket. Move to get free for a good pass, and now here's Brown with the run. And he'll take it to the 6. That is the kind of play that Cal has been missing from the starting quarterback.
We've seen it in bursts and in flashes, right? They say they see it constantly in practice. We saw it happen at the end of the Washington game that got them in field goal range to win the football game. We need to see more of it. And down here in SEC country, big time play on 3rd down.
So Mike McIntyre's defense trying to make a stand here. Garber's play action, lobs it to the end zone, wide open. Trayvon Clark, touchdown Bears. An impressive opening series for Cal.
This is a perfect example of down in the goal line area where they run crossers. Defensive players get confused in a wide open Trayvon Clark. Chase Garber's good job in the play action. Finds it for 6.
Garber 6 for 7 passing on that series. Greg Thomas, the left-footed senior kicker, comes on for the point after. And it's 7-0 Bears. 10 plays, 70 yards. And a 6-yard touchdown pass. Garbers to Clark has Cal leading here in Oxford. It's 7-0 Cal. Each team with a possession. A missed field goal for the Rebels. Touchdown drive for Cal, and it was an impressive one. Big 3rd down conversion by the quarterback Chase Garbers. Something that he's been struggling with. Came up big on that series.
First downs will gain you tempo, Clay, and that's sure what happened on that drive.
Mike McIntyre, the defensive coordinator for Ole Miss, said, hey, we've got to shut down the scramble plays for Garbers to have success today. Well, he burned him on that opening series. On the slant, there's Elijah Moore with a catch. And a first down for Ole Miss, who also moved the ball pretty well on their first series, but they came up empty.
They did. They didn't get the points. That's big. Elijah Moore is going to be a big reason why this offense continues to move up and down the football field today.
Play action for Matt Corral. Throws to the outside. The comebacker Drummond, the JC transfer from East Mississippi. And quickly Ole Miss out to midfield. Another first down for the Rebels.
You know, when you have players down because of injury, sometimes they're going to move the football on you. But if you can button up when you get down near the red zone and limit them to points, such as field goals, that's going to be a win for Cal today.
Here's Phillips on the left side. He'll cut it up for a few. It's a young wide receiver core for Ole Miss, but they did get Braylon Sanders back today. Number 13. We'll see if he makes an impact for Ole Miss. As Elijah Moore goes in motion, it'll be Phillips again on the run. And he'll dive over the 45 down to the 43-yard line. Phillips ran for over 900 yards and 12 touchdowns last year. He has been great since coming to Oxford from Jones County JC. He lines up wide right. Empty backfield. Corral Complete again to the 35-yard line. That catch by Sanders. So he makes a contribution. Good to see him back on the field. He hasn't been out there since suffering that hammy week 1 against Memphis.
Yeah, he's going to be limited. It's all about conditioning with him today, but one of the guys that Matt Corral trusts most of all.
Corral rolling out, and that was good defense that time by Cameron Bynum, the shutdown corner. He immediately hit Moore as we go down to Taylor Davis.
Yeah, guys, before taking the field, I saw Matt Corral go up to all of his linemen and say, hey, they did it first, but it's our turn. Play hard. He was encouraging each and every one of his O-linemen. This young quarterback brings a fire to this Ole Miss team.
Yeah, he's a California native, too. This is a special game for him as he takes off for the first down and more. Down to the 11-yard line.
When Rich Rod's offenses have been as dynamic as they have at West Virginia with Pat White, at Arizona with Khalil Tate, they had a mobile quarterback that can not only throw but run like that. Perfect example of what he needs at the quarterback position to be successful.
Jarian Ely, the star true freshman running back, checks into the right of Corral. And he'll get it. Ely was amazing last week. Set an Ole Miss freshman record, 273 all-purpose yards. Rich Rodriguez, the new offensive coordinator.
He steps into a room and there's a confidence in what he's been able to do offensively over his career. He knows it.
Corral fakes the handoff to Ely, hits his tight end Cooley, dives for the pylon. Did he get in? They're going to mark him short. Octavius Cooley. The Rebels have 2 senior tight ends. They use them quite a bit.
Great job of misdirection. Get him the football.
Wow.
They might get a second look at that. Can't quite tell if his foot is on the line there. But he extends. If his foot's in bounds, he extends for the touchdown.
3rd down and short. Scotty Phillips in the backfield. And we're waiting to get set. Now we are. Corral hands off. Phillips lunging toward the goal line, and he's going to be stopped just short. Evan Weaver in on another tackle, the square-jawed senior linebacker for Cal. It is a first down. Now Ole Miss gets 4 cracks at it. Corral on the keeper, and he just walks in. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Good response by the Rebels.
And when you run that type of play on the goal line, Clay, zone read, it's important that the coach says either keep or give. Take away the confusion of a fumble happening there. He pulls it, walks into the end zone untouched.
There's Luke Logan, who missed that field goal attempt, but he's good on the PAT, and we're tied up. 11 plays, 75 yards.
Matt Corral, quarterback from California, calls his own number, walks in for 6.
Welcome back to Oxford. 7-7 our score. Matt Corral was 5 for 5 on that drive. 33 yards passing, and he had a rushing touchdown, his first of the year.
So far, what we thought was going to be a defensive game, none of the defense has been able to stop from at least attempting points so far.
So Cal gets it back, starting from the 25. Garbers will run, and he takes a shot on that right side. Garbers pretty good on his feet. Last week against North Texas, he ran 18 times for 70 yards.
I don't know about that. I mean, he goes down feet first. Smith goes right at his head. Pac-12 officials today on the football field.
And Keydron Smith sophomore from West Palm Beach with that tackle. Garbers complete to the 33. That's going to be another Cal first down. As Jordan Duncan, the senior, who's getting a big thrill today. He's back in his home state, the Hattiesburg native.
Yeah, it's pretty special for him and his family. Coached by Brett Favre. Long time, of course, Hall of Fame football player with the Green Bay Packers.
And Favre did some coaching at Oak Grove High School. That's where he came from. Here's Garbers on a sprint out. He's going to take it out at the 43-yard line.
The difference of what Coach McIntyre was talking about was when he would drop back to pass and then scramble, limiting that. Those types of plays are called. It's zone read. He's reading what the defensive end's doing, getting up the football field for positive yardage.
On second down, some pressure coming, and Garbers is thrown down for a big loss. And that Land Shark defense, led by Tyrekus Tisdale with the first sack of the day.
This offensive line is kind of patched up. Haven't really seen too much pressure on him as of yet. Tisdale gets in there, gets an arm on him, is able to pull him down and set up a long third down.
Third down and 15. The team that has struggled this year on third down. And that is going to be incomplete. Jordan Duncan trying to convince the officials that he made that catch. He did not, so it's fourth down and Cal will have to punt. Big play by that Ole Miss defensive line on the sack by Tisdale.
Yeah, that really set this up to make it third and long, and it's so difficult to convert, Clay, on 3rd and 15, especially when you got guys that are just rearing back and coming after the quarterback.
Stephen Coots, senior from Australia. He's been a little dinged up. Hasn't punted a lot the last few weeks. Gets this one off. Elijah Moore calls for the fair catch, and Ole Miss will have it just across the 30-yard line. He's going to keep it here. Good fake, and he takes it out to the 50-yard line for a first down. Like we said, he can ad-lib, but that may have been a designed run.
Well, it's a zone read, and you put Ashton Davis in a difficult situation right there, but Matt Corral and his athleticism gets outside the speedster and gets another first down.
First down and 10 from the 50. Ely in the backfield. Another quick throw. That time it's incomplete. It was a forward pass intended for Octavius Cooley.
Sometimes they'll play that awkward throwing motion. Some instances you just have to be fundamentally sound. Set your feet, throw the ball accurate. There was an opportunity to do that. He wasn't rushed. He just wanted to get the ball out quickly. And because he wasn't accurate, it falls incomplete and sets up a second and long.
Corral throws complete. DeMarcus Gregory, redshirt freshman from Duncan, South Carolina. And he gets it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
This is a situation where they kick down a safety, take it to 3 high, and he just runs right down the seam, and Corral puts it right on the money.
Corral steps out of a tackle at the 20, stays on his feet, and spins inside the 15. Braxton Croteau, who's getting the start today because of that bruised-up linebacking core, makes the stop, but it's an impressive run for Corral against a very good Cal defense, which has kept the last 10 opponents to 24 points or less.
That's a great streak, right? In this day and age when the offenses are putting up a ton of points, being able to do that is huge as a defense.
Straight up the middle for Ely, and another tackle for Evan Weaver.
I will say this is going to take a toll on a defense if they're out there this long, this many plays, when you're talking about getting to the fourth quarter down here in the Deep South. That's something we've got to keep an eye on, Clay. How many defensive snaps this defense is going to be going with. That will be the end of the first quarter. Not quite what we expected, but fun nonetheless.
11 plays on the last series for Ole Miss. 10 plays and counting on this current series.
That is the end of the first quarter.
And we are tied at 7 after 1. Pac-12 visiting the SEC here in Oxford, Mississippi. And we've got a good one. Back in a moment. Young coaches Justin Wilcox, Matt Luke, both in their third year. And we've got a tie game as we start the second quarter. An impressive first quarter for both offenses at points, and especially Ole Miss with 187 yards in the first quarter.
I think more impressive is this Ole Miss offense. It's the third consecutive drive they've put themselves in a position to score points.
They've got a third down situation here. Third down and 4 in the red zone. Matt Corral sprinting out, and he is going to throw incomplete. Some miscommunication there. Evan Weaver was bearing down, got some pressure, and Cal is going to force a second field goal attempt for Ole Miss.
Yeah, with the limitations on defense, the fact that they've stopped them to another field goal attempt, I think, is huge. I mean, if I'm a quarterback too there, Clay, and I have Evan Weaver bearing down on me, I'm probably going to get rid of that ball a lot quicker than I wanted to.
Luke Logan missed a 47-yarder in the first quarter. This will be a little easier from 29. He has hit everything from inside 35 this year. This is good. And Logan puts Ole Miss in front for the first time.
I would probably say this is a win. Ole Miss takes the lead 10-7.
Matt Luke's Rebels move in front 10-7 after the field goal drive.
You got to be impressed with what Ole Miss has been able to do offensively, especially the extended drives.
Fair catch called for. McIntyre changing the system up, introducing a 3-4 defense for Ole Miss. As Christopher Brown gets the carry, not much operating room there. They are playing faster, according to McIntyre. Still not the land sharks of old, but it is getting better.
Though they do have 27 tackles for loss this season already. That's best in the SEC, 9 a game. That tells us a lot about their willingness to go and attack the football. Hopefully they'll get a turnover here, and everybody will get to see the land shark chain that we've heard so highly about.
Mike McIntyre on the left of your screen there. He was on David Cutcliffe's staff with Matt Luke here at Ole Miss and at Duke. That's how they got to know each other real well. Garbers patting the ball, gets rid of it, complete to Crawford, the Michigan transfer. Nice catch and run for a Cal first down.
Yeah, we just haven't seen this from Chase Garbers, and a tremendous job of sitting in the pocket, waiting for his wide receiver to come open and put it on the money.
He had a big catch against Washington that set up that game-winning field goal in Seattle a couple of weeks ago. A game that was delayed by lightning that didn't get over until the wee hours of the morning out west. First down and 10. Garbers to the flat. That is caught by Marcel Dancy. Tries to get behind a block and runs to the 41-yard line. It's going to be second down. Jalen Julius escorting him out from his free safety position.
You talked to me all week about how first down was going to be an important down.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it for both offenses so far, right? They're getting big chunks on first down to keep these drives extended and going.
Cal was an air raid offense under Sonny Dykes. Now they're running it 67% of the time. We'll see what Bo Baldwin, the offensive coordinator, draws up here. 2 tight ends to the right. They are going to run it. And a stumbling run for a first down by Marcel Dancy. He had contact early in that carry, but kept his momentum going forward.
Yeah, you talk about all the time thunder and lightning at running back. They have exactly that here. Dancy's more of a guy that can get up the football field and be more explosive. Great job of making yards after contact there to get the first down. Just like we talked about, keep moving those chains, extend those drives, make the defense do more work than they want to.
Dancy will stay in the backfield. Send a man in motion. It's Polk. And go back to the ground with Brown. Brown has worked so hard to prove he is an every down back. He has carried it a lot for Cal. There's a first down carry that, again, gets him a decent chunk. 3 yards isn't bad on first down for this team.
You know, anywhere around 3 or 4 yards, you put yourself in a position to be 2nd and 6. That's going to be so beneficial to a quarterback that has struggled a bit this season and not put him in a difficult situation when you're 3rd down.
Team that really struggled with O-line push first few weeks at times. Plenty of time to throw here for Garbers, and he throws it out of the end zone, intended for Duncan. Well covered in the secondary. And Garbers was running out of time. We talked about that O-line for Cal, Ryan. Racked with injuries. Gentle Williams and Will Craig out for the year. Valentino Daltoso, he's out today, so it has not been a healthy group up front.
And in saying that, you would expect probably a little bit of a conservative play call here, being in a reasonable, though long, field goal opportunity if they don't get the first down.
Greg Thomas's career long is 47. He had some work to do here on 3rd and long. Man open, caught, and out of bounds is Jeremiah Hawkins, the 5'8" junior receiver. First down, Cal at the 14-yard line.
You know, the impressive thing about this is that they got man-to-man coverage, and you go one-on-one, and Jeremiah Hawkins just beats him to the corner and perfectly placed football by Chase Garbers to get him a big first down.
And now Dancy is wrapped up quickly by that front. And that's going to be no gain, maybe even a loss. Benito Jones, the big anchor at nose tackle, made that stop, 2nd down.
I mean, you got to be impressed with both of these quarterbacks today. Extending drives on 3rd down, making big plays so far. It's a game we didn't expect to be offensively impressed by, but instead, these quarterbacks are putting on a show here in Oxford.
Chase Garbers excited to be playing in the SEC this week. He told us that yesterday. Garbers, some pressure right up the middle, spins out of a sack. Garbers will flip it out of bounds, and it'll be incomplete. What an escape job by Chase Garbers.
Cindric gets beat bad at the point of attack, and Garbers does.
The quarterback was outside the pocket and threw the ball beyond the line of scrimmage.
And does a tremendous job of evading the rusher and getting the ball past the line of scrimmage so they don't lose a bunch of yards.
Ryder Anderson, the defensive end, seemingly had Garbers in control, but he lost him. So here's another 3rd down. Cal 2 for 3 on 3rd down today. Christopher Brown out of the backfield, the catch and a touchdown. Chris Brown, his first receiving touchdown of the year, and Cal with a great response.
Great response here, and they're seeing the numbers, right? They see the advantage they have. Chase Garbers takes the 3 steps, sees he has leverage. Christopher Brown does on the outside, gets him the ball, moving forward, steps in for the big touchdown to take the lead.
And Thomas adds the point after. And number 23, Cal, goes back in front.
Cal makes a trip down south. Nothing's going to get in their way right now. Both quarterbacks dealing. Chase Garbers takes the advantage. Bears go up 14-10.
A lot of fun in the Grove. Every Saturday home game here in Oxford. And some of the Cal folks who made the trip from the west enjoying the Grove as well.
Well, the Southern hospitality. You know, that's the biggest takeaway I have every time I come down here.
Well, some scoring drives. We've seen a lot of offense here today. Both offenses moving pretty quickly. No scoring drive, and we've had 4, has been longer than 4 minutes and 9 seconds.
Both coordinators talked about the tempo part of offense.
Matt Corral is going to swing it out to Jerry and Eagley, who takes a bump in the backfield, eludes a tackle, and gets ahead close to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen a safety go up and try to make a big play and miss the tackle, allowing a guy like Eagley to get some positive yards in it. That's going to be frustrating for some of those defensive players, especially with those tackle for loss opportunities.
Second down, we'll call it 6. Corral, complete again. Ely, first down and more to the 45. You can see why the fans here at Ole Miss are so excited about him, Ryan. Multi-sport athlete. Alabama, Clemson wanted him. And he was drafted in June by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Great baseball player, too. And now Phillips churning ahead. Will pick up 7 yards on first down. There's that land shark chain.
Coach McIntyre talked to us about it. At first, he tried to get just like the jaws, the regular jaws of a shark. And he said it didn't look great, so they wanted to put gold teeth in it to give it more flash.
Of all the turnover gimmicks, I like this one. There's some I don't like, as Elijah Moore gets the first down. Great run after the catch to get inside the 20. And I think the Florida State backpack one was the worst I've ever seen.
I don't think too many guys are super excited to go run over and get that backpack.
Off the turnover, Ole Miss on the move. Corral. A designed run. Get it to the 16-yard line. Weaver cut him down there. Now, Weaver was excellent in that game against Washington. He had 18 tackles, a sack, and a forced fumble, and was National Defensive Player of the Week. Second and 7, sprinting out. Corral, he underthrew that one. He had a man open. It would have been a first down at the 5 and maybe even more. But Elijah Moore was underthrown.
Yeah, an example of kind of, you know, when you're a basketball shooter or a football player in this instance, just kind of trying to aim the throw instead of just following through and firing it to your open target.
Corral now 15 of 20, 167. Committed to USC in Florida before signing with Ole Miss. Said he liked Matt Luke's authenticity. Trying to convert on third down, taking a shot at the end zone, and Moore was open. Maybe a little late to look for that football. Sails over his head, incomplete.
All right, perfect opportunity here. They run the slant and go at the wide receiver position, and he's got him wide open over the top, and he just doesn't lay it out to where he needs to. Missed opportunity there. Great play call by Rich Rod.
So here's Logan again. He's missed from 47. He's hit from 29. This will be from 33. Out of the hold of Mac Brown. And it's good. So Ole Miss will have to settle for 3. We've got a 1-point game with under 4 minutes to go. Here in the first half, we have seen the land shark chain for the first time today. The freshman with an interception. DeAndre Prince and a 3-pointer from Logan. Ole Miss scores off the turnover by California, but they only get 3 out of it. Redskins a bit of a mess right now. Here's Ashton Davis on the return, and he is hit hard as he crosses the 20. Point of first half. Saw 3 touchdowns, couple of field goals. Just 1 turnover. And Cal, despite the 9 a.m. Pacific time kick, despite the humidity and weather here, pretty good first half. A 1-point lead for number 23 Cal on the road today.
Yeah, couldn't have gone, I don't think, any better for this football team. Other than that 1 turnover by Chase Garbers, they have come in here to Oxford ready to play and have shown it.
And like you said, Ryan, Cal will have the ball to start the second half. Let's go down to Taylor Davis.
Thanks, guys. Coach, your defense is having to work through some injuries at that linebacker position. How are they adjusting to the movement?
We started out real slow. We didn't play very well in the first quarter. I thought the guys settled down. In the second quarter, played a little bit better. We got to tackle better on defense. That's everybody, and we got to be better against the pass, covering and rushing.
It's a 1-point game, and you get the ball to start the second. What more do you want to see offensively?
Protecting the quarterback and a little bit more out of the run game, and that involves everybody. But I like the way the guys are battling. I think Chase Garbers is doing a really really nice job.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
14-13 at the half. Stay tuned for the halftime report with Kevin Connors and Emmanuel Acho. Scores, updates, analysis, and much more. That's coming up right after this timeout. Number 23, Cal, leading Ole Miss by 1. Getting ready to start the second half alongside Ryan Leaf. I'm Clay Matvick. And Ole Miss had 5 possessions in that first half. The difference in this game is they had 3 field goal attempts because of that Cal defense.
Yeah, I talked about how they were making stops. They just didn't break. They allowed teams to go up and down the football field, but didn't break. Only got field goals and field goals attempts. That's why Cal leads right now 14-13.
And Cal is going to start with the ball here in the second half.
12 tackles in the first half.
And his career high is 18, which he had in that upset of then number 12 Washington a couple of weeks ago in Seattle. So he's well on pace to go over that. As Chase Garbers in this Cal offense goes to work. First play of the second half, and it's Marcel Dancy with a good run out of the backfield after the catch. He's going to be close to a first down. Not near the 35-yard line.
Chunk plays on first down have been huge for both teams, but in particular for this Cal team. They've just really struggled offensively through the first 3 weeks, and today has been the catalyst for the football team so far.
They give him the first. 14th first down of the day for Cal. Garbers, he's looked confident. Smart play, throws it out of bounds. And we check in with Taylor Davis.
Yeah, guys, I spoke with head coach Matt Luke coming out of the locker room at halftime. He said overall in the first half, he's really pleased with what they did offensively, specifically Matt Corral and the way he commanded this offense with composure. He wants that to continue. And for his defense, he said, we have got to get off the field on third downs. Cal is taking advantage of their time on the field, especially the way Chase Garbers is playing today, showing a lot of confidence out there. Matt Luke wants his defense to step up in those opportunities.
All right, Taylor, thanks. And Chase Garbers could have a career passing day today. Avoids a sack on his feet, and he'll walk out at the 35-yard line as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. He was in trouble there, but again, avoids a loss on the play.
You know, this is the third time we've seen it happen where he's had somebody's paw on him from the Ole Miss Rebels, and he finds a way to protect the football, get loose, and make a positive play and not a negative one. And for a quarterback that struggled a bunch, he's doing a tremendous job of making positive plays and at least giving them a shot on third down.
Bo Baldwin, the offensive coordinator, his unit on 3 of 5 on third down in the first half. They're going to send Jeremiah Hawkins in motion to the left side. Play action pass. Garbers standing tall, takes a bump, still looking deep down the middle. Going for Remigio, and he makes the catch. Nico Remigio with a big play down to the 22 of Ole Miss.
Completely different quarterback play right now. A week ago, he dropped back. His first guy wasn't open. He took off. Here he sits in the pocket, finds an open receiver down the football field. Doesn't quite get it out far enough to him, but Remigio makes the big catch. Huge explosive play for Cal.
The sophomore from Newport Beach with a 43-yard throw. Watch Dancy on the running back draw. He spins and gets inside the 10-yard line. But you know, Justin Wilcox talked to us about it at length, Ryan, about the need for explosive plays, and we have seen them show up here on this series.
Yeah, I mean, all game long they've been showing themselves capable of making explosive plays. Bo Baldwin talked about it with us yesterday. They needed it, especially against a really good defense that flies to the football and gets a lot of tackle for losses in the backfield.
This will be play number 9 of the drive. We've had 2 10-play touchdown drives already today. Throwing to the end zone, back shoulder.
That's got to be a touchdown.
Jordan Duncan with the catch, and that's a touchdown for Cal.
Have they announced it? I've never seen an official give us an official announcement that this is a touchdown.
They're going to look at it again. I think there's some confusion down there with the officials.
Well, it looked like it was a confusing pass play, actually. It goes right over the head of the out route, and Nico Remigio just turns side and catches it on his outside shoulder.
It was actually Jordan Duncan on the touchdown catch, pardon me. And that is his first touchdown catch of the year. 9-yard touchdown grab as Greg Thomas comes on for the point after. And he got it. Jordan Duncan capping another big drive for the Cal Bears to start the second half. For Jordan Duncan, the Hattiesburg, Mississippi native, played at Oak Grove High School. He's got a ton of family and friends here, Ryan. How good does it feel catching that touchdown and giving California the 7-point lead?
It's got to feel amazing, right? You come back home and you play as well as you're capable of playing in front of your home fans and friends. It's a great moment for Jordan Duncan. Big catch there. Put this Cal Bears team up by 8 points.
Yeah, 8 points, excuse me. Fun trip. We're over there in the corner of Vaught Hemingway Stadium, and they're pretty loud. As Scotty Phillips gets the carry, I'm sure they had a lot of fun in the Grove before the game. Luke Beckett on that tackle. The Grove is such a great experience, one of the best in college football. Not many chances, folks from the Pac-12 to get out here. Scotty Phillips again. We haven't seen a lot of him today compared to past weeks.
Beck meets him in the hole and is able to wrestle to the ground to bring up a third down, a third and short.
Phillips hit and thrown back. That's a loss. Beckett, the Little Rock, Arkansas native, gets back with Trey Turner to make the play. That'll be a loss of 2, so it's 4th down.
It's a big decision here. Luke Beckett, he's the force up front for them. He was there to make the big stop. Deonde Johnson follows it up, make sure they don't get any further offensive push.
Remigio back to return this punt, the 3rd for Brown, as the Cal defense comes up with a big stop. And with 10:03 to go here in the 3rd quarter, it's 21-13 Cal. Well, 9 a.m. Pacific time, not ideal for Pac-12 teams on the road to come over here in SEC territory in the heat and humidity, but everything so far has gone well, especially for Chase Garbers, who was 4 of 6 on the last Cal drive, 76 yards. He has looked sharp today. Did throw the 1 interception, but all in all, his game has really stepped up here in a tough place to play, and Cal is going to go back to work on offense now.
No, he's looked exceptional. The interception, I wouldn't even really fault him on that. That was a great play by the defensive back. He's looked as good as this team needed him to look for this type of road trip in this atmosphere against a really good defensive football team of Ole Miss.
He's looking to throw on 1st down, and he completes a pass to Duncan, who had the touchdown on the last series. His first receiving touchdown of the year. And this game was not even on the schedule when Duncan visited Cal. It's just a great situation for a senior in his final year to be able to come back home and play in front of family. Dancy lowers his head, and he's got the 1st down close to the 40.
Yeah, the chunk plays you talked about, that first down pass to Duncan, gets them in a really second and manageable position, runs the football, advances the chains, and again, puts them in a situation where it keeps that defense on the football field.
Garbers all kinds of times, scanning the field, goes to Duncan again, but he didn't stay in bounds. As as we go down to Taylor Davis.
Well, after that last touchdown, Chase Garbers was greeted with so much excitement on the sideline. Coaches and players saying, this is exactly what we knew you were capable of. It goes back to what coaches told us. This guy just needs to trust his game. So he's certainly gaining some confidence here today.
Well, he's got a career high 239 yards passing, and we still have a lot of game left. He's going to throw again. Confident there, first down, and much more for Tonjes. He is going to go all the way to the end zone. Touchdown. Jake Tonjes, a 60-yard play. And the 4th touchdown pass for Garbers.
I couldn't be more impressed with Chase Garbers and his focus for this football. He knew going into this game they had a good game plan ready offensively. Play action fake, finds a wide open Tonjes, and then Tonjes just makes a guy miss in the middle of the field, takes out his other defender, ends up for 6. Big time play by Garbers and Tonjes down here in Oxford.
(28-13) Cal. And the tight ends didn't have a ton of catches coming into this game for Cal, but he's used them smartly today. He hooks up with Jake Tonjes. A career high in yards and a career high for touchdown passes for Chase Garbers. All Cal now here in the 3rd. Clay Matvick, Ryan Leaf, Taylor Davis back here in Oxford. All-State Saturday kickoff. Number 23 Cal now with a 28-13 lead. Tonjes, the tight end, the 4th different receiver that Chase Garbers has hooked up with today for a touchdown. And the Cal tight ends had 3 catches all year. They've got 3 today for 85 yards and a touchdown. And now Ely has to dive on the football. Clay Matvick, Ryan Leaf, Taylor Davis here in Oxford. Number 23 Cal leading 28-13. And the home team needs to get something going on offense. Matt Corral. They'll say that'll do. That's a first down and a lot more for Braylon Sanders. He's been out a couple of weeks with a hamstring injury. He looked pretty fleet of foot on that play.
Yeah, the ability for Corral to get outside here and then be a run or pass threat, finding Sanders, who has been out for most of the fall so far.
And so Justin Wilcox and the number 23 Cal Bears 1 quarter away from getting a big win on the road in the SEC. 1 quarter to go for Cal. Justin Wilcox has never lost a regular season non-conference game. He is 8-0 as the head coach of Cal, including a win over Ole Miss in Berkeley a couple years ago. You don't see that Georgia-Notre Dame game being much of a matchup.
Well, the last time we saw Notre Dame, I think, on the national stage, it was against Clemson, and they were embarrassed. This is a huge opportunity for them. I just don't know if they have the guys ready to make the plays, and I think it's going to be a long night in Athens for that Fighting Irish football team.
The Irish 10 straight losses against the AP top 10 as Corral is the entire Ole Miss offense right now as he runs it again. Evan Weaver, another tackle, but it's a 7-yard pickup for Corral. Penalties have been a problem for Ole Miss. 3rd downs have been a problem for Ole Miss. They started out okay, but they've really bogged down since the 2nd quarter offensively. That's a first down for Phillips as he gets it to the 37.
You just mentioned the penalties, right? That's what really derailed this football team. When they started picking up a lot of these penalties, we isolate Evan Weaver here. Again, he's right in the spot he's supposed to be. Phillips certainly kind of wins this one, but he gets it to the ground.
He loves contact. He just absolutely loves it. And that's one of the rare times we've seen him on the receiving end. Usually he's initiating it, but he still made the tackle. That's another open field tackle for Coin Dang.
You made mention to his height earlier, and it is odd, but boy, can he get from sideline to sideline with Evan Weaver in the gaps and Coin Dang running from sideline to sideline. That's a duo that could be pretty pretty impressive the rest of the season.
Second down and 2 for Ole Miss. Bobbled. Corral able to find it. He's going to find the turf as he's swarmed under by a host of Cal tacklers, and Nick Alfton making a nice play. Number 49 getting into the backfield. He was the guy who was playing tight end last week.
You know, you bring guys in, and this coaching staff, which is probably one of the best in the business, scheme to plan to put him in positive positions after playing in tight end last week. And, you know, he makes a big tackle there and puts him in third down.
On a linebacker injuries, and he was asked to step up. Now Corral stepping up out of the pocket, and he's going to run close to another Ole Miss first down. Ashton Davis tracks him down at the 26-yard line. They will move the chains. Corral has been the offense on this series.
Yeah, he needs to be, and utilizing his legs here to get the first down and keep the chains moving, because, you know, I would suspect that Luke is really going to be looking at this as 4-down territory from now on.
56 yards rushing, a rushing touchdown for Corral. He'll give it to Phillips, who came into this game with 71 rushing attempts through the first 3 weeks, the most in the country. And he's carried it a lot today, but we haven't seen any explosive runs really for Phillips.
No, they haven't gotten past. You know why? Because Evan Weaver's just standing there. He's not moving. He's like a brick house and is right there ready to make the tackle. Again, in there assisting Jalen Hawkins on the big stop to bring up second down.
Corral looking left, throwing toward the end zone, and it was nearly intercepted. Good coverage by Elijah Hicks.
Great coverage by Elijah Hicks. He's not fooled at all with the pump fake. But then what startles me here is why does Corral continue to try to make that throw when he knows the guy didn't bite on it? That's the freshman mistake, when you really have one play in mind and you continue to do it even though it's not there for you.
Elijah Moore in the slot on the right. And he's going to throw incomplete to Jonathan Mingo. And now it's another fourth down.
Like I said a few minutes ago, you know, they're in 4-down territory now, down 12 or down 15 points with about 11 minutes to go. They're going to need to get 6 here, not 3. You can't trade field goal for touchdown with the Cal Bears and this defense right now.
Ole Miss with 3 field goal attempts today, 2 makes. Yeah, 3 not enough. Corral over the middle. Caught. Great catch, and Elijah Moore gets him down to the 1-yard line. The sophomore from Fort Lauderdale, first down goal to go after the 20-yard gain.
Yeah, a little surprised that they brought the blitz. Thought they would sit back in coverage and make the young quarterback make a play. Instead, they put man-to-man and allowed Elijah Moore to get open and almost get into the end zone.
So now the Rebels knocking on the door. They've got Snoop Connor in the backfield now, number 24. This is the 10th play of the drive. Phillips back there as well. And it'll be Phillips. Not much. Second down.
I want to say almost every scoring drive today, Clay, for both teams have been in double digits, I think. I mean, it's been rather impressive for these scoring drives and these offenses that coming in, we both didn't think they were going to be the reason why this game was close.
Ball's loose. And Ole Miss scrambles to cover it. Corral is going to be down at the 14-yard line. Well, they're actually going to mark it at the 12, but a loss for Ole Miss when they were right on the doorstep.
I continue to see it week in, week out. Down on the goal line, inside the 3-yard line, and these teams and these offenses continue to stay in the shotgun position. Get under center. Get in the end zone. You don't have to be cute down here. You just got to put it through and be physical.
And now they back up. Third down. Corral has it batted down, and now Cal has forced another fourth down situation. We'll see what Matt Luke decides to do. Is he going to take the 3 points again, or is he going to go for it?
They're going to take the 3 attempt here. Luke Beckett there with the big hand, knocking the ball down. Fan base not quite pleased that they're going for 3 here. Cal's on alert probably for a fake.
Another reasonable attempt here for Logan. 29 yards. He already made a 29-yarder. That was back in the first half. Kick is up, and it is no good. They get nothing. And the Cal defense runs off the field with head held high.
Also, no matter if he kicks that ball through, it's still a 3-score game. Cal's defense shows up big, stops Ole Miss again. We head out 28-13 here in Oxford. Cal Bears.
Now Logan throwing his helmet down just moments ago. Frustrated with himself as he missed a field goal from 29 yards away. It's been an ineffective second half for Ole Miss. Mistakes, missed opportunities, and that Cal defense certainly making it hard. 10 straight opponents held under 24 points. They have held Ole Miss to 13 as we're well into the fourth quarter. And Marcel Dancy gets that carry on first down. Gets it to the 25-yard line. And it's a fun defense to watch. That guy in particular, Evan Weaver, the senior inside linebacker, real fun to watch.
Yeah, he's 1 tackle away from his career high that he had a couple weeks ago against Washington. But I tell you what, this second half has been about the other parts of this defense. Big plays. Luke Beckett has stepped up huge in the second half, limiting Ole Miss's offensive production.
2 tight ends to the right. Clock is Cal's friend now, and they will run it with Marcel Dancy to the 27-yard line. As Lakia Henry makes the stop, it'll bring up third down and manageable here for Cal. They need to move the chains here, keep the ball, keep that clock running.
Manageable third down. They can throw the football. Every play's in the playbook here right now, so it's not like Ole Miss can sell out on the run or the pass. They have to be ready for anything and try to stop this from being converted so they can get the football back and try to get back in this football game.
And Ole Miss desperately needs a stop here. Garbers will float it along the sideline for Duncan. And that's a catch. 42-yard line. Jordan Duncan hauls it in. Boy, he's made some big plays today.
It's just a tremendous job of Chase Garbers finding the one-on-one matchup and throwing the ball in a place, almost a back shoulder throw, but a little bit higher. Prince, the freshman, doesn't seem to find the ball fast enough. And Jordan Duncan goes up and makes a huge grab, gets his foot inbounds. Another third down conversion.
The Mississippi native having himself a great game here in his home state. And they convert on third down, keep the chains moving, keep that clock moving as Dancy is thrown down. Second down coming up. It's a brutal schedule for Cal. This is the last non-conference game. They host Herm Edwards and Arizona State next week. The Sun Devils 3-0. They're taking on Colorado tonight. You can see they still have road games at Oregon, Utah, and Stanford.
This is a team that I had going 8-4 when the year started, and they needed some things to break their way. I had them losing to Washington, and then I had them losing today in my prediction. So, you know, this is an opportunity for Justin Wilcox in year 3 to put themselves in a position to win the Pac-12 North. I said early on that I didn't know if they were capable of winning it this year, but I thought they would decide who does.
Yeah.
And they've already took a chunk out of that by beating Washington in week 2. The North is a battleground, don't get me wrong, and road games at Oregon and at Utah will be brutal for this football team.
Chase Garbers taking another deep shot. He has looked so much more confident throwing the football today. That pass incomplete.
Yeah, there was an anxiety issue when you got into games. I just haven't seen that nervousness today.
344 yards passing, looking for more contact. Again, no penalty. Tonjes the intended target. As DeAndre Prince, the true freshman who's played a lot today, and we knew he would in the Ole Miss secondary, was in on the coverage, and it's fourth down again.
Yeah, he's looked good as a freshman. Not starting quite yet, but is probably going to be their starting corner before it's all said and done as a true freshman.
Stephen Coots and Dario Longhetto have alternated punts today for Cal. It's Longhetto now. And Elijah Moore making the catch at the 12-yard line. That's where Ole Miss has it. Time running out on the Rebels with 6:22 to go. They're down 15. So here's Ole Miss, backs against the wall near their own end zone. They'll get to the 20 here after the catch by Tylen Knight. Clock working against the Rebels here, who have moved the football today, Ryan Leaf, but they have not been able to finish.
No, and when you were down linebackers, schematically, Justin Wilcox talked about us, covering the whole football field was going to be difficult. But when you got down inside that red zone, and if they were finding ways to stop them and make them kick or attempt field goals, he would see that as a win.
Phillips came off the field. Ely is in at running back. They're going to throw it here to Moore. Nice stiff arm, and he'll get to the 26-yard line. It's Dontario Drummond, Drummond on that catch, the JC transfer. That one off target. Trey Turner again batted that one down. It was intended for Tylen Knight. Incomplete. The production in the second half for Ole Miss is basically the story of this game, because Ole Miss had 13 points at halftime.
And it's a bit skewed. They've moved the football up and down in between the 20s. They haven't been able to finish, like you said.
Shutout here in the second half. They need points, and they need them quickly. They need touchdowns, and that's not going to help. Tylen Knight can't haul it in. Again, a little low on that throw from Corral. And it'll bring up third down.
Corral took a hit there before he let it go. Was a little slow getting up.
You know, we thought Chase Garbers would be the one that might struggle at quarterback today. As it happens, it's been Corral and the Ole Miss offense.
You know, they haven't turned the football over, which I think was a big thing. I mean, that's what Cal does, is get turnovers. And that hasn't happened today. But they haven't been able to finish like you talked about, and that's been the biggest takeaway from this offense.
Well, John Rice Plumlee is going to come in. We'll see for how long, as Corral was led off the field. John Rice Plumlee, true freshman, his first career snap, and he's going to run it. The Hattiesburg, Mississippi native, busted loose inside the 20, and he's down inside the 15-yard line. John Rice Plumlee, on his first college play, rips off a 47-yard run.
Wonderful play call by Rich Rod. He sees a situation where numbers add up, and you go one-on-one with the safety, and he breaks away for a big play.
And now here's Ely scoring quickly. Ole Miss is in the end zone. With close to 4.5 minutes left, Ole Miss still has life.
Kind of the story of the year for Justin Wilcox and his team. Going up big a week ago against North Texas, having to close it out at the end. Two true freshmen there with back-to-back big plays for the Rebels. Gets them in the end zone.
John Rice Plumlee and Jarian Ely both will be playing for Mike Bianco's baseball team here at Ole Miss in the spring. And they have given the Rebels a chance here late in the fourth quarter, as it's now an 8-point game.
The opportunity for this Rebel football team. Two freshmen step on the scene late in the football game, and they got the Rebels ready to go here, 28-20.
Matt Corral got shaken up. John Rice Plumlee comes in at quarterback for Ole Miss. His first career snap takes it 47 yards to set up the touchdown run by Jarian Ely. Two exciting freshmen here in Oxford, and now Ole Miss down just 8. Still plenty of time on the clock. Both teams with 2 timeouts, as Cal is ready to go back on offense, and they'll start from the 25-yard line. Well, Cal in the second half, a couple of touchdowns, but the last 3 drives have resulted in punts. Throw is complete. It's a first down. Chase Garber's having a career day. He hits Tonjes, his tight end, again.
You know, I haven't seen him look so confident and poised in the pocket there, standing sturdy and tall. Puts a direct pass right into the arms of Tonjes for a big first down, moves the chains.
Career highs in touchdown passes with 4. 366 yards and counting. That's a career high. 23 completions today for Garbers. And he's going to run it this time on the draw. Finds a seam and picks up 8. Lakia Henry knocks him down. But it's all about Cal keeping the clock moving.
You almost like that, right? I mean, you get it to second down and short, and now you're able to, you know, call whatever you want in the playbook. You put Ole Miss on their heels, wondering what to do with their timeouts as the clock continues to tick down, tick down, tick down.
There's Justin Wilcox, third-year head coach, trying to get his team to 4-0. Dancy. And he lowered his shoulder pads trying to get that first down on the right side. It's going to be close. Dancy had a great game in Seattle a couple of weeks ago, a couple of touchdowns. So here it is, third and very short. Ole Miss! They made the stop. Benito Jones, the senior from Waynesboro, Mississippi, the big anchor in the middle. He and Tyrekus Tisdale in on that stop. They lost a couple of inches on that play.
They're going to punt it and make this Ole Miss offense go the length of the field, score a touchdown, which they've only done twice today, and get a 2-point conversion. Justin Wilcox feels really comfortable with putting his defense in that position, I think.
Yeah, how many times has Justin Wilcox seen his team grind out wins in the last 3 years? So if you're Ole Miss, do you bring pressure here, try and block this kick, or do you set up for a good return?
I think you set up for a good return here because you got enough time. You feel comfortable with if you have to go with Plumlee at quarterback.
It is Dario Longhetto. He will not face much heat. Fair catch called for, and it will be made by Moore at the 10-yard line. Takes the shotgun snap, looking downfield. He'll dump it out. And it is caught near the sideline. That's going to be a short game. And we welcome those of you watching on ESPN2. Number 23 Cal leading here late in Oxford, Mississippi, alongside Ryan Leaf and Taylor Davis. I'm Clay Matvick. And Ole Miss in a tough spot here. They've got the clock working against them. They have no timeouts and a true freshman at quarterback in John Rice Plumlee. Second down. Pass complete to Elijah Moore. He's got the first down, and he's out to the 25.
Yeah, that's big right there to get the first down, get that clock to stop. But I need to see some movement here offensively by the freshman and understand that he doesn't have all this time in between plays to let the clock tick away.
Ole Miss needs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Out of timeouts. Plumlee. Complete again. And another first down for Ole Miss. That's Elijah Moore moving the chains. Matt Corral, the starting quarterback, injured on a play on the last Ole Miss series. John Rice Plumlee came in and led the Rebels on a touchdown drive. Plumlee looking over the middle. Complete to Sanders. He takes a heavy hit from Evan Weaver, who led the nation with 159 tackles last year.
Yeah, been there all day long. They need to get up on the ball and get rolling here. They're running out of time.
Clock is moving. Under a minute and a half to go. John Rice Plumlee scanning the field, comes to Sanders, makes the catch, stays on his feet, diving toward the midfield line. He's got the first down.
Good job of not only getting the first down, but then getting out of bounds to stop the clock. Interested to see here what Justin Wilcox and Tim DeRuyter do with the defensive schematics, whether they start bringing pressure to the young freshman or they sit back and make him make a decision and throw the ball down the football field.
Ole Miss has attempted 4 field goals today. A field goal does them no good in this situation. John Rice Plumlee, the backup quarterback, trying to be the hero, throwing it deep, downfield, has a man, it is caught! DeMarcus Gregory going up over the defender Cameron Bynum and hauls it in, first down and goal.
They bring some pressure from the outside and then leave them one-on-one back there. He throws it up. Gregory goes up and makes a big catch, and now they're in business.
Phillips, a couple of yards, and they're going to have to hurry.
I don't know if there's a good call there of running the football. You don't have any timeouts. You just wasted probably 15 seconds that you desperately need if you're unable to score here right away.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Sprinting out to the right is Plumlee. Stays on his feet, and he's down to the 2-yard line. And now Ole Miss is going to have to hurry up to the line.
You know, I like his physicalness here, but you got to throw that ball out of bounds. Save the time.
Under 30 seconds to go. Scotty Phillips in the backfield. Plumlee is going to throw. Caught! And they're going to mark Elijah Moore short of the goal line. It's 4th down. They've got to hurry up. Clock is moving.
He better call a play because he's got to throw it.
Plumlee.
No!
Did he get in? It doesn't look like it. Cal has held. What a finish. On a timeout, Ole Miss did not manage the clock well late.
The game is over.
That's the end.
Freshman quarterback, first 2-minute drill in any sort of fashion in a big game like this.
They're going to look at it again, but it certainly looked like Evan Weaver, the great tackler for Cal, made the stop on the final play.
Yeah, and because they had to run a play so quickly, they didn't get a chance to run the 3rd down play where it looked like he may have been in or may have not been. That's a huge thing, not having that timeout available.
There's another look.
He's in the end zone, but if they could have reviewed that play, there's a good chance that that's a touchdown because it looks like the ball crosses the plane when he catches it and then he falls outside of the end zone. That's huge, not having that timeout.
And then the play where Evan Weaver comes in and makes the stop on John Rice Plumlee on the goal line. Number 89.
He does the right thing here and runs the play. I know this better than most, but he just gets stood up. Evan Weaver scrapes on the outside and is able to rip that football back. Forward progress, stop, game over.
What a finish. Boy, it looked like John Rice Plumlee, the true freshman, might be the hero for Ole Miss.
Short of the goal line is confirmed. The game is concluded.
The 21st tackle of the day for Evan Weaver wins the game for the Cal Bears.
Yeah, I know. In a week where they lost a bunch of guys in that linebacker room, he steps up and has a career day here in Oxford, and on the final play, decides the football game. Justin Wilcox, this football staff, they've got something special here. Evan Weaver leading the way. They're going to head back into happy campers to take on the Arizona State Sun Devils Friday night.
Chase Garbers with a terrific game for Cal. As they stay undefeated, they go to 4-0, and Wilcox still has not lost a regular season non-conference game in his career at Cal. He's 9-0 now, 28-0. Number 23 gets a big win in SEC country.
That's the biggest takeaway for me, to come down here, play a 9 a.m. Pacific kickoff, and really kind of dominate on both sides of the football for much of the football game. And then when they needed the defense the most, they stood up and made the play. Evan Weaver, the leader of this defense. Coach Wilcox has got to be extremely proud of the team and their perseverance.
Let's go back to the last series for Ole Miss, and DeMarcus Gregory made a great catch on that pass from Plumlee that put Ole Miss at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Cameron Bynum loses the football and makes a great catch by Gregory. Now, right there, if that ball has crossed the plane, it has to be where he catches that. That official sees where the ball comes down and possibly a knee. If they had a chance to review it, but because they had no timeouts left and it was 4th down, they had to run a play to get it off before the clock ran out. Evan Weaver makes the stop. Ball game.
Let's go down to Taylor Davis.
Coach, a hard-fought battle down to the very end, and your defense did it down 4 linebackers. What did they show you today about their adaptability?
I think just the effort and the toughness they played with. We could have finished that game much better. You got to give them credit. There's some really talented athletes, and those guys are well coached. But really appreciate the guys, showing guts and grit to finish it.
You told us this week you wanted Chase Garbers, your quarterback, to trust his passing game and be confident in his abilities. How did he respond to that challenge today?
I thought he did an awesome job. I think he did a fantastic job. I'm really proud of Chase. He made the offense go today. It was tough sledding, running the ball against those guys, but I thought Chase did a great job. One pick that he'd probably like to have back, but other than that, I thought he did a hell of a job.
Well, Coach, a Pac-12 team has not come into an SEC house and won since 2010. How does this moment propel your team back into conference play this week?
Well, I think they're all learning experiences. We knew these guys would have a great team, very talented and well coached. Like I said before, really proud of the way our guys competed. We just got to finish a little better.
Coach, congrats.
Thanks.
And he talked about Garbers, a career day for his quarterback, now 10-4 as Cal's starter, and he really took a step forward here today. And so now Cal, with their record still perfect at 4-0, will take on the Arizona State Sun Devils, also undefeated right now. They're going to take on Colorado tonight. That will be good on Friday night. As for Ole Miss, they're going to have to regroup. They're now 2-2, and they go to Bama next week to start SEC play. Boom. And it's going to get real tough from here on out for Ole Miss. So for Ryan Leaf and Taylor Davis, I'm Clay Matvick. We're going to say so long from Oxford, Mississippi. Coming up next, ESPN Goal Line. Here again is the last play at the goal line, and it's Evan Weaver with his 22nd and biggest tackle of the day, keeping Plumlee out of the end zone and giving the win to the Cal Bears.